You know, I hear people say, that's a biblical truth. And every time I hear those words, I stop and ask myself, can there really be two kinds of truth? Because truth doesn't belong to a religion. Truth doesn't belong to a nation. Truth doesn't belong to a philosophy. Truth simply is. Either something happened or it didn't. Either something is observable or it isn't. Reality does not create separate categories called religious truth and everyday truth. Reality simply continues unfolding exactly as it is. Think about today. You cannot rewrite what happened this morning because you wished something else had happened. You cannot change yesterday through belief. You cannot negotiate with the sunrise. You cannot vote against gravity. You cannot pray away the changing of the seasons. Reality asks for observation before interpretation. That is why I have such deep respect for traditions that begin with observation. Observe the sunrise. Observe the seed becoming the tree. Observe the consequences of your choices. Observe that every action produces another action. Learn from reality first. Then build your understanding upon what reality repeatedly demonstrates. Stories can inspire. Stories can teach. Stories can preserve values. But stories and observable events are not the same category. Wisdom begins when we know the difference. Every passing second is extraordinary because it is real. Every sunrise is real. Every breath entering your lungs is real. Every heartbeat is real. Every changing season is real. You did not command them into existence, and you cannot command them to stop. That is what fills me with reverence. Not because someone told me these moments are sacred, but because existence itself continually reveals their importance. Before I inherited any belief, I inherited a heartbeat. Before I learned any doctrine, I inherited a breath. Before I belonged to any nation, any tradition, or any philosophy, I belonged to this living earth. The atmosphere sustained me before I understood it. The sun warmed me before I named it. The earth carried me before I claimed it. So I choose to begin where every human being can begin, with reality itself. Observe carefully. Think deeply. Act responsibly. Accept the consequences of your choices. Let evidence refine your understanding. Let humility guard your certainty. Because truth does not ask to be defended. Truth asks to be discovered. And every sunrise, every season, every breath, every moment that passes beyond your control reminds you that you are living inside something far greater than yourself. Observe first. Understand second. Live accordingly. Ashe.